Hey, it's Kruze, and this video is about building rapport like a chameleon, right? And what does a chameleon do? A chameleon molds into its environment. It can change and shift different colors, right? This is the key to building instant rapport with another human being. And we're going to be talking a lot about rapport building skills and building relationships with people, because I'm a huge believer that this is one of my biggest strengths, is my ability to connect with another human being. And I'm really good at building a relationship and building instant rapport and matching and mirroring another person's energy and understanding their behavior and the different archetype that they are and how to really do that very effectively and very quickly. Because once you build massive rapport with someone, they like you, and people buy from people that they like, right? It's one of the 6 laws of influence: likability and trust. So people want to be around people who are like them, who have similar values, who have similar goals, who have commonalities, who have similar energy to them, right? And the biggest thing that I see is that people mismatch other people. So if someone's very slow and they talk very slow, and you talk very fast and you're 100 miles an hour, it turns people off. Or on the flip side, if you're someone that's very fast and you talk really fast and they're really slow, you're going to turn them off. So we want to match and mirror. If they're more of a slow person and they talk a little bit slower, we want to talk a little bit slower, which is normally the mother does, right? If there's someone that's more intense, that's like more business orientated, more entrepreneurial like me, you want to match and mirror that energy and be in that energy for the call. And your ability to do this and have that behavioral flexibility is your ability to convert at a high level. And the reason why I see some people only convert at, say, 25% versus 50 or 75% is because they can only close people who are like them, with similar interests, similar age, similar energy. I can be so diverse and I can sell from anyone at any age, any energy, any background, any nationality or country, because I can be like them. I know what makes them tick and how to make them move. So we're going to be going through rapport in this video. It's really important that you get this and understand this, and we're going to start to role play with different energy types and build up your confidence with different personality types, men, women of different ages, different maturity levels, so that you can get really good at building rapport like a chameleon, right? I really want you to get that. A chameleon molds into its surroundings and its environment. So you want to be listening very closely so that you become in sync with this person, so that your words become their words, so that everything that you're saying is like music to their ears. This is when you're in sync. So another metaphor that I'm going to give you is, if you're someone that loves like a certain, like you're listening to the radio in the car, and you're someone that just likes normal hip hop music, and then all of a sudden heavy metal comes on and it's like loud drumming, straight away you're like, it's just like hard for you to hear. This is what happens when you mismatch someone, versus when an amazing song comes on the radio, you're like, wow, this song is amazing. This is like music to my ears. This is the best song that I could possibly hear in the morning. We want to be like that as a closer and salesperson. We want to be saying the words that are like music to their ears, okay? So what is rapport? Building rapport is building a relationship or a connection with someone. So the keys on how we do this is the how-to now, is we find commonalities like sport. We find commonalities in like sports that they play, or maybe football teams, in, you know, having, I have kids too, or what are your kids' name, building commonalities around that. Similar backgrounds, like I grew up in a country town. Where were you from? Oh, awesome, I was from a country town too, right? Or they say, you know, I went to Bali earlier this. Oh, wow, I was in Bali earlier this year. See how I'm building commonalities? Or music, what type of music do you like? And they're like, oh, I love heavy metal. And I go, oh yeah, I love System of a Down. They're amazing. Similar interests, people like people who are like them. Build that relatability. I've had a lot of people tell me that the reason they bought from me is because I was relatable. I spoke about something that they were interested in. Maybe it was like MMA, or maybe it was like playing soccer growing up, or maybe I spoke about an influencer that they like. I built commonalities, or maybe they told me they were a tradie and I said, oh yeah, my dad was a tradie too, and I went through being a tradie as well. So I completely understand where you're at. I can put myself in their shoes and make myself relatable. This is the key. You want to create interests and commonalities with this person, because when you're like them, they like you, and people buy from people that they like. We need to create that likability factor. Is number one. Don't be the pushy douchebag salesperson that's making it all about them. It's about the person you're talking to. Being present and being exactly like them is the key until you've built rapport. Once you've got rapport, they will tell you everything about themselves because they trust you and the things that are going to allow you to move them through the sales process. That's finding commonalities. The second thing is matching and mirroring the person's voice. If you're doing phone selling, this is really key, that you match their tone, the tonality that this person has, the pitch of their voice, right? The depth of their voice. Is it low? Is it high? You match the volume. Are they talking very loud? Are they talking very quiet and very soft? What's the speed of their voice? Are they talking slow, very slow and calm and more like the mother dove? Are they talking very fast now? They're more like a visual, automated, animated person. So you talk a little bit faster and they're very outgoing and you go with them in the call. Your ability to do this is your ability to convert at over 80%. And most people that you talk to, because you had that behavioral flexibility. Okay, this is so important for you converting at a high level, is making it about the person, matching and mirroring them, building commonalities, building common ground. We're going to go through this in another video, but we match their personality profile. So we have the warrior, we have the mother dove, we have the owl, and we have the joker and the jester, which are the different energies and personality profiles in DISC, if you've heard of that before, that people fit into. And it's about profiling that person and understanding how that person buys and matching that energy. Once again, like a chameleon, mold yourself into the person. People like and buy from people they trust. Use the same language and words as what they use. If they swear a little bit. If they're saying mate a lot, say mate a little bit, you know. Use language that is common to them. Don't use language that is foreign to them. So if I'm talking to someone that's sort of just like an average Joe, I basically use layman terms, or I work the language down and make it more basic when I'm talking to someone, and I don't use high intelligence, high intellectual words, even though I know them. Or if I'm talking to someone that is more advanced business owner, then I use more of that professionalism and suave and high level language, because I know that they understand the language and terminology. Okay, this is key. Use words that are similar to them, that are foreign, not foreign to them. Match and mirror their body language, right? Be the rapport leader. If they bend back, fold their arms, you bend back, fold their arms. If you go forward, if you're in rapport and you're leading rapport, they will move with you with your arms, put your hand here, and you can see they'll move with you because you're the rapport leader. So you've got to match and mirror their breath and their body language. The next one is through sharing your story and vulnerability. This creates connection. Reveal things about yourself. Share your own personal story or things that you came through, empowering stories and personal things about you. And be relatable. Be a human. Don't be a bulletproof entrepreneur. Don't be a robot. Be a human. Be personable. Create connection with that person. It's not about getting the sale. It's about creating an awesome relationship and connection, which means you become their best friend, which creates the ability for you to persuade them and move them where you want to move them, which then means that from here, you basically bring strong leadership, you present your program, your product, and you bring them across the line, because if you don't bring them across the line, you're doing them a disservice and you're staying in the friend zone. We want to become the friend, become personable, but we don't want to become the pleaser. Once we build that relationship, connection, we become the friend. Being the unreasonable friend, we need to serve them if we really are their best friend and bring them across the line with us on a journey so that we can continue to be really good friends and in rapport for the rest of life, because you've changed this person's life. Okay, guys? So this is the key, guys. These are some rapport building skills which we're going to be working on a lot, because I know some of you in this program already, I can hear it in the way that you talk. You're going to have to work on your conversation skills, your ability to basically connect with someone and not be shy and not be nervous, and really build rapport with different types of people and work on being a really good talker. This is the key, guys, and nothing's built overnight, but understanding this is going to fast track you a lot quicker. And quite simply, just pretend that you're the chameleon and you're molding into that person, and you're literally trying to imitate that person's energies and words. And it's almost like a fun game where you're in sync with them, and your goal is to get in flow, where the conversation's back and forth, where you have those conversations where maybe you've been on a date with someone and you just don't want to leave because it's so amazing. You've got this connection, you're talking and the conversation's flowing back and forth. That's when you know you're in rapport, when you feel comfortable with the other person. You no longer have the butterflies or nervousness inside, and the conversation is flowing. This is the key in the first 30 seconds, the minute to minute of your sales conversation, that we build instant rapport through your tonality, through matching and mirroring, through building common ground. And then we go into the frame, which sets the tone for the rest of the call. Then you've already won from the get-go, from the start. All right, guys, this is how we build rapport like a chameleon, right? And this is the key, that we build a great relationship and connection with our prospects. And this is a huge game changer, because this lays the platform for them to trust and actually buy from you, because people buy from people that they like and trust. Awesome, guys. This is a huge one. We need to understand this and really try this on and practice this and get really good at our people skills throughout this process and throughout this journey.